think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both.
In a separate post, Trump said there's a false narrative about spending in this bill. He said it is, quote, single biggest spending cut in history by far.
I'm okay with people having an opinion. I'm okay with people criticizing either side. I just don't like when they do it publicly like this, especially when you were actively in the Trump administration.
He told me I got to stop eating the chips right before I talk about them, but I can't stop eating these chips. They're tremendously good. And the crazy thing is that they're good and they're also healthy at the same time. Monster Chips is an incredible brand, incredible chip. My family, we literally load up on Monster Chips, and right here at the headquarters, we have them everywhere. One thing that I like about the Monster Chips is the limited ingredients. I don't need all that super spooky stuff in my food, and I don't have to be a food scientist to know that this is a really good product. Let me read the ingredients right here on the back. All it has is organic corn, 100% grass-fed beef. Remember that, grass-fed beef tallow, sea salt, and lime. That's it, made right here in the United States of America. But let me tell you this, I got a discount for you, all right? 25% off. If you go to monsterchips.com/Officer Tatum, make sure you put in the code Officer Tatum, you'll get 25% off your next bag. Join me and be healthy and get you some Monster Chips.
I want to talk about the first story of the day. Elon Musk and Donald Trump, or Elon Musk and the Trump administration, have a fallout. And let me just give you my brief synopsis or my opinions on this fallout.
So allow me, because you're on my channel, to give you my opinion on this fallout. You know, when Trump first ran for president, he was much like Elon Musk. He was a businessman. He knew business, right? And he got in there trying to do a lot of good things. And right away, he had a lot of snakes and weeds and heads he had to chop off, right? They just wasn't, he didn't exactly pick the right people to go in there. And he struggled a little bit. Why? Because he was a businessman, not a politician. But what did Trump do? Second time around, he didn't get elected, but he had time to simmer and learn the game, right? Third time around, he knows the game. He takes off like a rocket ship the first 3 months. He knows exactly who he wants to hire in his administration and how to implement his plan. He knows exactly what he needs to do and how much leverage he has. And when he has a bill that he could pass, he knows how much he could get out of it and what he can't. And when it's like, okay, it's time to pull the trigger. We have a bill. Let's go ahead and pass it. It's not going to get any better. His experience has taught him that. Elon Musk, as smart as a brainchild as he is, he has zero political experience, right? So him running out the mouth about, oh, the bill could be better and this or that, that really from a distance, it just shows just a little bit of he doesn't have the political experience. Because understand, without any political experience, you get nothing passed, right? It doesn't mean that we want their political agenda passed. But you have to understand this is a bill doesn't get passed by one man. It's a bunch of people making concessions, you know, from this spending bill and that spending bill. We'll allocate money, throw you a bone, with money. You'll get some money laundering money from this bill over here if you help us pass it. It's a bigger budget, and we'll help you get over the fence with your bill. It's a lot of shady shit that goes on. If you watch that movie, The Ozarks, right? In about the second or third or fourth episode, when his wife becomes the politician and helps him get that casino built, and that's exactly type of shit. She helps get the casino license. That's the type of shit that goes on in politics. It's real dirty and grimy. And Elon, he's not a toot to any of this. Could he be gearing up for a run? Possibly. And I think a lot of people will support Elon. I hope our Trump doesn't go at him. Trump needs to be focused at what's in his way. Elon's not in his way. And when Trump leaves office, Trump can't run again, right? Now, if Trump supports, let's say a Vivek, or if he supports a Mr. Nick Haley for president, or if he supports a Ron DeSantis, or a good one, a Mark Rubio for president, and then Elon wants to run against him, then that's the time Trump could take shots at Elon, right? But for now, we'll see what Elon does. If he starts to take more shots at Trump not associated with this bill, then he's gearing up to run. Because why else do you do it, right? And that's okay. But I would say you have to be conditioned. Like, you could be a banker your whole life, right? But the minute you go over there to, get in the field as becoming a doctor, sure, you're a great mind, but there's a relearning process. You're in a new profession, and I think Trump understands it, but I don't think the voters understand it. They're ride or die for Trump. Elon, I like what he claimed to do, but I'm like, hey, I want to see these bastards go to jail. Was it that there was a good bit of Republicans involved in the fraud too, so we can't fully prosecute? Or is it that we want to see if we got the votes for the midterms, and if we have the votes for the midterms, wait till we secure the votes and they're crippling on their legs, and then hit them with the last punch for the next presidential election of start indicting all these people? Because there was huge money laundering going on to fund the Democrat campaign. It's all there. So hopefully that's how they do it. Hey, you're tuned into On the Grind with Political Decode. I'm your host, Johnny Caruso. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I will greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get back to the video.
How mad do you think President Trump is going to be when he finds out that Elon Musk said, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it."
Look, the president already knows where Elon Musk stood on this bill. It doesn't change the president's opinion. This is one big, beautiful bill, and he's sticking to it.
If you ask me, I think that that's what it is. Now, Elon Musk criticism, and I'm going to quote a couple things that he says. I think they put it up on the screen, but I'll reiterate it. It says it will massively increase the already gigantic budget deficit of $2.5 trillion and burden the American citizens with crushing unsustainable debt.
I was disappointed to see the massive spending bill, frankly, which increases the budget deficit, not just decrease it, and undermines the work that the Doge team is doing.
I actually thought that when this big, beautiful bill came along. I mean, everything he's done on Doge gets wiped out in the first year.
I think a bill can be big or it can be beautiful, but I don't know if it can be both. My personal opinion.
He says also, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous pork-filled congressional bill is so disgusting abomination. Is a disgusting abomination." I read that wrong. Sorry. "Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it." Okay. So Elon Musk is obviously his focus is on minimizing government spending, but I have some gripes about this. Right. I don't think that what he said in totality communicates clearly what the bill is all about. Could there be excessive spending in part in the bill? Yes. Could it be perceived that way? Yes. And I think Elon Musk knows that, but sometimes I be thinking these people in a pissing match, if for lack of better terms. And this person want to say, "I'm better than this person. I know better than you," and they'll do that to an end of contradiction. Because I think there's a lot of other stuff in this bill that, in my opinion, has a lot of benefits to the taxpayer. Like one being no tips on overtime. No tax on overtime, no tax on tips. Do you know what kind of pay increase that is for people that are working class? Do you know how much overtime people are making, especially people in law enforcement and first responders? Do you know how many people in the service industry that get paid primarily on tips? I mean, that's a tremendous, that's probably 40% of America right there that are going to get a tremendous pay increase. And so adding a tax burden to a certain degree, stimulating the economy, doing deals in the trade on tariffs, all of those things together, I think will offset the debt that this could cause us. It's like saying, "Hey, I got to go into debt. to buy Synergy, right? I mean, because we got to buy a ton of.
Yeah, I think with that statement, he's now forever enemy of Trump. That's just how it is. You cross Trump, you show your disloyalty, that's it. And I get the sentiment and the emotion Elon must have of fighting so hard to save money in the government, and then you feel like all that was just piled on. But it's not about corruption in the government. Is there corruption, and is there 20 or 30% of it that's going to do some good, right? And the fear with Democrats is 100% corruption and zero gets shown in their government and in their cities that are ran by Democrats. There's zero good that's ever shown. At least in Republicans, states where they hold the government and the governor and they hold the city mayors, maybe there's 60% corruption, but you see a 30-40% of where that tax money goes. Me and my ex-wife just talked about this. Moving from a Democrat city to a Republican city. Yeah, they're all corrupt, but at least we can see what our tax money gets us here, right? That's the key. And Elon has to understand, like Brandon was saying, you get these no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. That's huge. That wasn't there before. So you take what you can get. And coming out in public, when you bash the bill, you're basically bashing Trump. And Trump, he's going to see that as being unloyal. So I think Trump may hold his tongue for now. But if Elon goes on a tour, then I think the fireworks may come out. And next thing you know what? Elon's going to run as a Democrat. I don't know if Elon has presidential ambitions yet. But I think the kind of no bill, he can never work with a Republican or Democrat. They all got to get their pork. They got to get something out the bill. How the hell he's gonna get anything passed, right? His only way to do anything was what he did, right? And thank him for it. But now we got to see those people get prosecuted. That's my take on this. Yo, it's been fun. You're on the grind with Political Decode. See you next time. I'm out.